Hi everyone, it's Paul here from Property Apprentice. Just thought I would touch base and have a bit of a chat around things that are going to be changing this year. There's going to be obviously different bank lending criteria going to come forward, and a lot of people are going to go, oh my gosh, I have missed out. I wish I had bought such and such at such and such a point. Now, what I'd just like to relay to you is a little bit of something that Debbie and I do, where it's actually not about the what can I do tomorrow. You need to start planning your end goal. You need to start thinking about your retirement plan. I don't care if you're 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, you need to be thinking about it. It is, what am I wanting to achieve? And if you have that idea, that goal, you need something to reach for. If you haven't got something to reach for, then every day's a Monday or a Sunday, or you can't wait for Friday just to come along, and then Monday hits you like a like a wall, you know. And I saw a van that said on the side of it, going to sleep on Sunday creates Monday. And it's true. You wake up and, oh, there it is again. So what you need to be thinking about, and this is one of the things this is why Debbie and I love coaching our clients, because I think it's important to look future, not just, oh my gosh, I've got to buy something now because, you know, there's changes with lending, or I can't get any more money, or I need to spend this money now before the bank takes it away from me. That's not thinking like on a financial decision. That's just urgent. I need to buy something now because otherwise I'm going to miss out. And that might be okay today, but in 3-4 years' time, that might take you to the cleaners because you bought the wrong thing for you. And so if you think about, if you're not even in that situation, but you've always wanted to invest in property, or you want to buy your own property, you know, and you've been thinking, well, when is my turn? When is this going to happen for me? And that's one of the things that I think you really need to focus on, because if it hasn't happened for you, and it's been a period of time, and I'm not talking about people that are just getting into the market, that have, you know, that are just getting in the workforce, or that have come from overseas. I've got a lot of clients that have come from South Africa and they've left everything there and then come over here and had to start again. That takes time. And that's actually one of the things I must admit, that those clients are so motivated to just get back and do it again. And that's what I love. I love working with clients that are passionate. We love working with people that are like-minded and have the right attitude and are just like, yes, I'm going to do this. And this is what I want to achieve. This is my long-term goal. And they see it and they go for it. I love that. And that's what we love to bring out in people, because there's no point in saying, oh yeah, but it would have been great if I bought 10 years ago and I didn't. And well, now what am I going to do? You know, the market was different back then and I wish it was like that again. Wish all you want. It's not going to happen. So you've got to work with what you can. And you think about somebody that's just coming into the market now at, say, 25 years old, has got a good job and they're looking to buy a home. Have they got it any different than you? Absolutely not. But you think about when they're 45, are they going to glad that they bought that property at 25? Absolutely they are. And so you're in the same market. It's the same part of your life. You've just got to get in, but do it right on what's financially right for you. So I think for people that, and I've met a lot of people since 2010 when we set this business up, that haven't become clients, and actually a lot over last year while we were all sort of stuck at home have come back to me and said, hey, look, we've re-engaged and we would like to have another meeting. I wish, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Wish I'd done something back when I first talked to you in 2013. We haven't, but either we're ready now or they're still procrastinating, thinking, oh, I should, I shouldn't. And I'm always following these people up, but it's their own level of comfort that keeps them where they are. They're comfortable. They're not hurting. So every day is a Monday and time just goes on. It waits for none of us. So if you're comfortable and you're getting the same outcome that you had 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, then either give up and carry on with your day job, or change your attitude and change your lifestyle and change the way you think. If I look at Debbie and I right now, we're actually going through the whole process of changing our business, which we want to do with the Financial Markets Authority to become full financial advice providers. And so we're studying and going through and actually doing all of that right now. Now, a lot of people go, oh my God, at 50 years old, we're both 50 this year. Why would you do that? But it's what you have to do. So while everyone else who's comfortable is sitting watching TV, we're working. Debbie has spent the entire Christmas holiday working in the office at home doing study. And it's that stuff that takes you to the next level. It's never been given on a platter where you go, here's a silver platter, here's your entire retirement plan, there you go. And if anybody ever says that's how it works, they're selling you a property and it's probably not right for you in the first place. It's just what they've got for sale. So you've got to think and you've got to take hold of this yourself personally. One thing that I think you need to remember is actually planning this, getting your education sorted so you've actually got a good plan. And that's what we love doing with our clients. And yes, there's going to be lots of changes. The Reserve Bank's going to make changes. So that will quieten the market. But with a quiet market comes more opportunities than a market where everyone's running around because it's like the Black Friday sale. So while we've had low deposit amounts, everybody's been running out because it's the weekend sale at, Noel Leeming or whatever it might be, and everyone's in there getting their bargain. Well, thinking they're getting their bargain, they're getting it because it's cheap money. That's it. There's no bargain to be had. But when times are quiet, that's when the bargains come. That's why you have to go against the grain. That's why you have to be counter-cyclical. That's why you've got to think about what it is that is right for you and your family. End of story. Take all the rubbish out there. So take that out because it's got to work for you personally. And that's going to create a tough situation for you, okay? Because higher deposits, different bank lending criteria, what you're going to have to abide by, the new tenancy laws, etc. Tough situation. But what you need to remember is it's how you come out of that tough situation. If you come out of that going, oh, that wasn't very good and it, really hurt me and now I maybe should look at something to do. No, you need to be the best you can be. So when there's a tough situation, that's when you get down and you start working and you get yourself to the point that you can purchase, okay, even during that tough situation. So if you're the person that can do that in that tough scenario, you're going to win because you will be the person that the real estate agents will be calling because the majority of people are watching TV. And if you're not that person that can get in at that point, you need to be ready. So when that green light comes, you are ready to act immediately. Not while everybody else goes to the bank and gets their pre-approval and sorts out their goals and finances and what it is that they want to achieve over the next 5 to 10 years. You need to be doing that now. Because if you do that now, you will create the stepping stone to where you want to be. And that is the most important thing because one day, all the stars will align, everything will line up for you, and you're in. If you don't do that, you'll be starting from scratch at that point with everybody else. So the moral of this is understand what's right for you, get educated, and sort your plan now because time waits for none of us.